CSEC Biology with yours truly, Miss Shallow. In this lesson, we will be talking about movement. This is the first in a series on the topic, and in this particular video, we will define movement, list the types of movements, explain the importance of movement, and list the examples of non-growth movement in plants. So let's begin. Look at those trees. Would you say that these trees are moving? If your answer is yes, I am sorry to say that that is incorrect. Yes, the trees are swaying in the wind, but the trees are not moving. This is because movement is defined as the change in position without external assistance. The change in position seen in the trees is brought about by the wind and not the actual tree. When organisms move or change in their position, this can be part movement, where only a part of the organism is moving, such as one person waving their hand or a dog wagging its tail, or it can be whole movement, for example, a person running or even fish swimming. When an organism is able to move its entire body from one place to the next, that type of movement is called locomotion. It is easy to imagine an animal moving, but what about plants? Do plants move? Movement is a characteristic of living organisms, so all living things, which include plants, move. While plants are unable to locomote or move their entire bodies from one place to the next, plants often exhibit what is called growth movement. For example, plants would grow or bend towards the sunlight. So why then do organisms move? Movement is essential for the survival of many organisms. This cheetah is moving to find food, it's catching its prey, and the gazelle is moving to escape its predator and avoid danger. Organisms also move to find their mates, and once they have found their mates and reproduced, they move to disperse their young. Organisms will also move to avoid extreme or harsh environmental conditions. So what about plants? If movement is essential for survival and plants are unable to uproot themselves and move from one place to the next, how then do they survive? Well, plants do not need to move to find food, as they produce their own food during photosynthesis. Nor do they need to move to find a mate. Many plants contain both male and female flowers and can self-pollinate, and even when they don't, agents of pollination such as insects help with the reproductive process. When they do reproduce, animals again assist in the dispersal of their offspring. So plants are very well able to survive even if they are unable to physically move from one place to the next. Yes, plants exhibit mainly growth movement, but there are some other non-growth movements that can be seen in plants. For example, plants respond to changes in turgidity when touched. For example, the Mimosa pudica, or the pisabed as it is commonly called in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, closes when it is touched. Plants will often respond to environmental changes such as change in light. Flowers open up at dawn to the light and close at dusk when it is getting dark. There are some type of plants that are called carnivorous plants, and these carnivorous plants move when they feed. For example, the Venus flytrap closes in on its prey when the prey lands on its petals. Today, we learned that movement is a change in position without external assistance, and it may be part movement or whole movement. Movement of the entire organism from one place to another is called locomotion. And organisms move to find food and mates, to escape predators, to avoid danger, to disperse their offspring, and to avoid extreme environmental conditions, just to name a few. Movement in plants is mainly caused by growth, but non-growth movements in plants include sleep movements, feeding movements, and folding of leaves when touched. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next lesson.